Georgetown, Kentucky. And so the way we found this place is we were talking to some... What are you doing?
Presumed extinct. I hope they are. Oh no, that's Bucky's, Kentucky. We're missing Bucky's in Kentucky. That's the first one.
You didn't plan that very good.
And just like that,
Boone County.
we're back in Kentucky. So we officially have left Indiana and Ohio again, and we're heading south.
We're headed for warmer weather.
Yes.
We need to thaw out.
We've been cold since, well, Kentucky. Since we were at the Mammoth Caves, I think. It's been a cold, rainy, wet last few weeks, and we were considering it. This is the beauty of being spontaneous, right? And we can go where it's warmer. So we were gonna consider going to the Badlands and going to Mount Rushmore. But
Too cold.
yeah, we had a fabulous time at that White River Campground. Oh my gosh, what a gem.
Oh, incredible. And it's a county park. It was incredibly nice.
Concrete, no more, and full hookups, and on the little White River, and that bridge. How cool. That bridge was reconstructed and put together, and it crosses the White River. Yesterday, what did we bike on the trails?
I don't know what we biked, but
7 miles?
7 miles.
Oh, 7 miles yesterday.
Great bike trail.
We were able to bike, enjoy some friends that we hadn't seen in a very long time. So Cindy and Terry used to live across the street from us when we lived in Big Bear Lake, California, and our families were just connected forever. We enjoyed the family time. I got my root canal.
Did you even really actually talk about that?
I just can't say enough good about the care that I received in Indiana. I mean,
They took our insurance.
yeah.
So answer this, riddle this. Where can you get an appointment at a dentist same day and then get referral for a root canal and have that taken care of in the same day? Tell me where.
I don't know, but I would like to say that I really felt the good Lord
Showed up.
and took care of me that day, because I woke up in terrible pain and the throbbing, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had been experiencing some, but I couldn't take it anymore. So it was just an amazing experience. It's said and done. Now I need to go home and get a crown. Well, when we get home, we'll get a crown, and I will take care of that. We're headed right now to
Lexington,
and we're going to stay at the Whispering Hills RV Park, and a little bit above Lexington, I think, and then go to see the ARK encounter tomorrow. So I didn't think we were going to actually get to see it this trip, and we are. So super excited about that. Oh, I do want to talk about something. So right before we left from the campground there, I was actually cutting my dog's hair around his eyes, and there was a tick on him. I have never experienced that. I don't know if it's just maybe in Havasu we don't have them in the heat. We never had them in the altitude in Big Bear. We stopped at the pet supply store and got some tick collars, flea and tick collars, but oh my gosh, how, and then we just grew else we didn't see, but I don't know if you guys have any tips. Like, I guess the collar's gonna do the job. We're hoping. I got some spray that's supposed to be repellent, you know, and keep the mosquitoes even off of them and the ticks and stuff, but just a different thing that we have to deal with back here, I guess, and it's all new to us.
I hate bugs. Kobe's got a new name. His name is Cyclops.
Oh.
Bless his heart, he's got a big old dentation in his forehead.
Yeah, he's back there. He's snoozing right now. He's not happy. Neither one of them are too happy. So this is our site at Whispering Hills. This is crazy nice. They are so nice. We weren't sure about this spot. It was a little small, but Stan worked his magic. We got in, got the slide, enough room for the slide. Well, probably a little kitty corner, but who cares? We're only here for a couple nights. Got a nice picnic table, dogs. Everybody's good. Telling you come over here. 15 regular vehicles. Here we go. Good morning. Pulling into the ARK Encounter. Do you know what that is? This is supposedly an exact replica built to the specifications of the original ARK from the Bible. And we're gonna do the tour and go and see what this is all about. I haven't seen it yet. Stan says he's seen it. I'm trying hard not to kind of like look for it, but because I want to be surprised. So we were able to buy our tickets online and we're ready to go. Not a cheap experience. I'm gonna say, well, for $55, I think it was $54.95 for a regular adult, and then 60 and up was $44.95. So with tax and everything, I want to say it was $106. It looks like we have to board a bus to get to the ARK. Oh, I see it. Oh my gosh.
All right, let's do this.
So we got our wristbands and a map. And we're gonna load the bus.
After our boys grew up, God told me his plans. He said the ark would be for me, my wife, our sons, and our sons' wives. It took us several decades to build the ark. But that was after years of designing it, collecting supplies, and preparing the site. It wasn't hard to find the animals, since God brought them right to me, just as he said he would. I just wondered when he would send them. We were nearly finished building the ark when hundreds of spectacular animals arrived. I should have known. God's timing is perfect, and he always keeps his promises.
We're at Galvin's Sports Bar?
Sure.
Galvin's Sports Grill and Bar. We are in Georgetown, Kentucky. The way we found this place is we were talking to some folks over at the RV park, and they said this is where they go to eat. And so I got a Reuben with some chips. I already took a bite.
We always do.
And Rhonda got a cheeseburger.
I just got a cheeseburger. I was just in the mood for cheeseburger, but we didn't tell them we already ate onion rings and cookies. We are enjoying our vacation.
She keeps on calling it vacation. It's not vacation. This is RV life on the road.
We're just walking around trying to walk it off a little bit and see what we got here. Let's take a look. Well, it's going to tell us the beginnings of Georgetown. 1774. So it's called Georgetown to honor the first U.S. president.
But what is this?
What is this crazy fun?
Somebody tell me, please.
What is this?
Let's
go see if we can find any information. Royal Spring, one of the finest in Kentucky, discovered in 1774. Georgetown's source of water supply. Scott County Jail. So used for almost 100 years. Held Secretary of State Caleb Powers. Stood trial 4 times in the connection to the 1900 assassination of Governor William Goebel.
Welcome back to Over the Hill Adventures, and today we're going to talk about one of the greatest experiences we have done as a couple, and that was the ARK encounter.
Yeah, in Williamstown, Kentucky. And we ended up staying at Whispering Hills RV Park in Georgetown, Kentucky. And it was about the closest RV park to the ARK that we found. And what a gem. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Whispering Hills RV Resort was one of the nicest spots we actually were able to
I agree.
stay.
Even this trip.
One of our favorites. And a lot of people have come down from Florida on their way back up and have been staying there. It was quiet, peaceful, clean. Just the service there, the amenities. If you need wood, they'll bring wood to you.
Yeah. You got propane?
I got propane, got my propane filled. I just left it over at the front gate by the propane tank. They delivered it to me. Just make sure that you have your campsite number. It was just nice. And we were able to back up to the little lake pond that they have.
We were in Site 53. The Canadian geese, the Russian ducks.
How they got there, we don't know, but somebody must have planted them there.
So cute. Stan was hand feeding them. So there's no signs, there's no instruction like don't feed the birds or anything like that. So we were throwing out some bread and then they just got closer and closer, and then Stan ends up hand feeding. These things are like pets. They ended up under the trailer before we left. They were so cute and hysterical. Their hair, I don't know. I know it's their feathers, but they look like Elvis.
They look like Elvis, but they had red hair.
They were just so cute. And then the Canadian geese, we had the ducks. Molly wasn't a fan of them. She didn't want them anywhere near our trailer. She was very possessive. But this place had a great little dog park for the dogs. It had the small dog park, the big dog park. Had laundry facilities.
It's a Good Sam park. Got a Good Sam discount. I don't know how much were they?
Well, it was $50. But then they give you an option to hold your spot. You know how most RV parks don't guarantee your spot. So for $5 a night, so for $10 we could guarantee our site. So really that was our 10% discount because we ended up paying $100 anyway. So that was worth it to us because there was 2 sites left. That was it for the 2 nights that we were there. Although somebody didn't end up coming, there was nobody next to us all weekend.
They
so
may have never canceled whatever the deal was.
The situation was, yeah, but
it
lovely.
Made it nice for us.
Yes.
But if you are in this area and you want to go experience the Creation Museum or the ARK Encounter, it's probably one of the best places you could stay.
Definitely, yes. And there's just so much to do. So let's talk about the ARK Encounter. I don't even have words. It's taken us like a whole day to kind of process what we saw and what we experienced. So wow.
It is almost,
we still don't know what to say.
It's almost emotional. I told Rhonda it's almost emotional for me because nothing is too big for God.
Right.
And to see this massive construction that they have done in modern time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you know the story of Noah, where it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and Noah had built an ark, and he had put all the animals that God had sent him inside that ark, and for 40 days and 40 nights they were at sea because of the great flood. And so God brought the animals to Noah, but in this particular case, here is a replica of that ship that was designed by God's hand, and now they have recreated that ship in modern time, and then God brought the people the co-founders with enormous talent to build this incredible timber frame wood structure,
which is the largest timber frame wood structure in the world.
No matter what your feelings are and what your beliefs are, just to see this structure is incredible. It's just incredible.
We sat in, there's a great auditorium, I guess you would say, and there's feature films and different stuff throughout the day that you can pick and choose what you want to do. So we watched one called basically how the ARK was built.
Yes.
And it was 40-minute film, I think, and so interesting. So real quick, so basically there's a ministry, I guess, if you will, is Answers in Genesis. So there's Ken Ham is his name. Okay, so then they make the Creation Museum, and that's about an hour north. I forget what town that's in, but that's also in Kentucky, about an hour north of where the ARK is. So the Creation Museum, when they built that, talks about creation, and then they show the ARK, and there was a little replica in there, and they noticed that a lot of the people were really, really interested in the ARK. So then they went on to say, hey, what if we built an ARK? And it was an idea, I want to say back in 2004, 2005, that became reality. So I think their opening date was in 2016, 2016. Yeah. And it's still growing. You see the ARK, you've got a petting zoo outside, you've got a zoo, you could do camel rides, zip lines, there's food, there's virtual reality.
Ken Ham said that this is his answer to where most of the world flock to Disneyland and to all these theme parks, but this is his answer to a God's theme park. When things are dark in this day and age, he wanted to bring a light and an answer to the world, and he did it.
Absolutely,
he did it
for believers and non-believers. Really, I mean, it's a fun family environment, and people who may be interested and or questioning or inquiring on the Word of God. There's so much information. So when you go in, you kind of come in the underbelly and you come up and inside, and the dimensions of this thing are 510 feet long, 85 feet wide, and 51 feet high. And it's equivalent to, what is it, a football field and a half long, half of a football field wide. It is just expansive, and there's 3 decks. There's 3 levels on the inside. So when you go in, there's so much to see and to learn.
I'm still overwhelmed by the detail. It had the artistry of a Universal Studios, a wax museum, the electronics on how they make these people move, the detail, like you were telling me, Rob. There was a photo we took of Noah's family praying, and Rhonda goes, look at the feet, and look at the detail in the feet. Many of you who are RVing are traveling up the I-75 back from Florida, going back home, and I know that this is just something you cannot miss. This is something, no matter where you are with your faith, you have to see this. You have to be in awe when you look at this thing, and it's so big. And all the questions you may have and all the doubt that you may have will be answered. And it will be answered in that answer auditorium. Anything you would want to question will be answered.
The exhibits that you can see, you can, talk about. It talks about the Ice Age, and then there's the cages. It shows the cages and things, and it shows the dinosaurs being on there, and that God brought them like the smaller versions of, the different dinosaur breeds. We would just encourage people to go and to seek, and you will find answers there. And the neatest thing, I think, we were both like got goosebumps kind of thing, was the door. They call it the door, and it's the door that this thing's massive, that all the animals would have come through. I mean, we're acting like it's the real thing, but it's like so realistic that you believe you're really there seeing the real thing. But it's the door that they would have all come through, but that's, also a symbolic of other things.
A couple things. Wheelchair accessible.
Oh yeah, they rent them.
If you have a disability, you can rent scooters, you can rent whatever you need to see this. They drive you in on a bus to the location, which makes a lot of sense to me.
It's pretty far
because of the expansive, from where the parking lot is, they bus you in like a tram to where the location is, to the Answer Theater or whatever. And then from there, you still have a little bit of a walk. So if you have trouble walking, definitely, I would say either bring your wheelchair or bring your, or be able to rent one of those electric scooters where you can make yourself around. So it's the pathways are so wide that there's no problem. They also have elevators, so you can go up and down to all the floors.
You can leave and you can come back the same day because they give you the wristband, and so you could go back to your trailer and rest, and then even come back. There were a lot of little kids, and so we're thinking of our grandkids, and we are kind of analyzing it. And I think you are pretty right on. I think maybe 7, 8, and up.
Yes,
to be able to grasp.
That is just my personal opinion. I think if you bring your younger child, yes, I would definitely bring their stroller. But I think it'll be because we as adults were on information overload. Yeah, there's so much coming at you. I know the kids would be on information overload also. The kids are free for 2022, 5 through 10. So 0 to 4 are free always. Now 5 through 10 for the year of 2022 are free. So it's something you may want to bring your kids or bring your grandkids. It was built in a big way by the Amish, by very skilled Amish. I think it was three guys that had been building like wooden barns and wooden structures, and so it's pretty amazing to see. There was a guy who was highly involved in Universal Studios that came on board to do the creation studio. So it's just fascinating to learn the history of it and how it all worked. When I went to Yosemite and saw El Capitan, or when I went into the Grand Canyon and I had that aha moment when we went to Glacier and all these other places that are natural, to see this for the first time up close was one of those moments where you just go, oh my God.
Kind of speechless. And for us to be
and I had that aha moment because what's written in the Bible is written in the Bible, but when it sits in front of you, and you get the lifelike image in your head, you'll never forget it.
All right. Well, guess where we're headed?
We're headed to the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah. We're going to stay at a KOA in Pigeon Forge.
We apologize if this is just a little bit too long this time, but we thought it was super important to bring this to you. We don't see much of this talked about, and so we really do feel it's important. And we apologize if the road noise, because it's really for Rhonda and I a great time for us to be able to talk.
It's true.
And talk with each other and just.
Oh my gosh! Wait for it. I'm sorry. There's a Buc-ee's. Oh no, that's Buc-ee's, Kentucky. We're missing Buc-ee's in Kentucky. That's the first one.
You didn't plan that very good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. See what happens? Anyway.
Squirrel. Beaver. I feel really like I missed out on something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
If you like what you saw today, please subscribe to our channel, even if you drive by Buc-ee's, and give us a thumbs up because it really helps us. And of course, pounce on that bell so you get notified when our next video.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much. We love that you're joining our adventures, and we're hearing from you guys more and more, and developing friendships and meeting people on the road and getting recognized, and it's just like a family, and I love it. So getting waved at by people that are driving by, whatever, but it's just so much fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Please come, if you recognize us, come talk to us.
Yep.
We will be more than happy to share some moments with you at any time.
Yep.
So
we love it. All right, well, let's go see what Great Smoky Mountains is all about.
Yeah, let's do
All
this.
right.
Until the next time.
Take care. God bless.
I always be your